Hey, it's Rob, and the joys of parking the Maverick outside. Why is this the case? I do have a garage, but as you can see, I already got a car in there, and that's the 83 Mustang GLX 5.0 convertible. Of course, my wife has that empty space right there. So I am stuck leaving the Maverick out here, and let me tell you, it is no picnic. So I know it's a truck and all that, and at this time of the year in Georgia, I'm not sure if you can see it, but we get this horrible yellow pollen covering everything. It is nasty. It's all over the roof there, and you just got fingerprints everywhere that you touch, because this pollen just comes off the trees. I mean, look at the windshield. It's just full of this nasty, yucky stuff. Beyond that, I have an issue here that I discovered, but not until it was too late, that this rotten tree up here drops these acorns, these nutshells. Let's see, can you see them down here? There's one of them right here, and one of them right here. I guess they're acorns or tree nuts or something. And I used to have a Volvo, and I parked my Volvo here, and it never seemed to be a problem. But with this aluminum hood, I have what looks like hail damage on this thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to find a place where you can see it with the camera, but there are literally, I don't know, 40, 50 dents in my hood now. There are dents along the top line here. There are dents on the roof. And it's all from these stupid nuts. There's one right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's one right there. Like I said, they're everywhere. This aluminum hood dents so easily. There's one right there. There's literally dozens of them. And at this point, I don't even know. There's really nothing I can do. I may as well just leave it here and not worry about it. When the nuts start falling off the tree, which hasn't happened yet, I think it happens in the fall, I usually turn the truck around so they fall more towards the back onto the cover or whatever. But yeah, so not thrilled about that. The pollen. And then the other thing I have to do is constantly check and make sure by pulling twice that no critters are hiding out in the engine, because I've already had that happen before, where I have found a bunch of those acorns or tree nuts or whatever. There's probably still a couple in there, you can see. So some little critter goes and has his lunch there on the top of my engine, and of course with no cover or whatever, there's nothing stopping him from getting in there. Now I think the cover would be more of a problem, because then you wouldn't even know they were there. And I had a similar thing with the Volvo. I bought it certified pre-owned, and I think maybe a day or two after I bought it, I took that engine cover off, and there was a ton of junk under there, and the remains of the mouse who put it there. So I'm paranoid about that kind of stuff, so I'm always looking around the engine, making sure nothing has, taking refuge inside here with all these spaces and stuff. You can see all these places where junk gets to live, all the pine needles and all that stuff. That looks pretty good. I don't see anything there. I can probably close it up. You'll often get leaves and stuff here. And then probably most Maverick owners know about this, and this is not related to parking outside as much as just owning the Maverick in general. That little well down there, that is a place where you get a lot of junk, leaves, pine needles, that kind of stuff on both sides. So I try to dig that out when I can. All right. So that's what's going on with the Mav at the current time. And this is where you'll find it, with pine needles and leaves and tree nuts falling all over it and pollen, but it hasn't seemed to have affected the car much, other than just the physical, looks of the car, still driving great, or the truck, whatever you want to call this thing. And I'm up around 27,000 miles, I think. 26, 27, something like that. No complaints, really. So it's not in the greatest shape from being stuck outside here. But it is a truck, and it's doing its truck things, and it's living its best truck life. All right, signing off for now. All right, hey, I do want to show you this thing before I go. This is the AFMAT Air Duster. It is kind of the alternative to buying those cans of air, which you have, and then of course run out, and you're constantly having to replace those. And this does pretty good. So this is good for cleaning up the little dust and dirt and stuff that accumulate on things. And it's definitely good for all this pollen and junk I can clean off here with this thing. Look at all that. Getting the pine needles and all that junk that accumulates in there. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. So this thing is pretty cool. I keep it in the cubby in the bed of the truck, and yeah, it seems to last a long time. I can't tell you the last time I charged this. You just charge it right there, USB type charger thing, and yeah, it's pretty powerful. Does a good job. I'm gonna blow more stuff off. All right, see you later.